Hello and a warm welcome to this brand new episode of South Central. Thank God it's Friday, but that hasn't stopped our news wheel from spinning and picking up on all that's hot and happening across the 5 southern states. My name is Jude Sanath, and here's a list of the headlines we're tracking at this hour. As international pizza giant Papa John's makes a re-entry to the Indian market, its Indian operator says the brand will first expand in Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Chennai before spreading pan-India. The Bengaluru Tech Summit draws to a close even as the Karnataka government and the private sector join hands to announce a 1,200 crore rupee VC fund to invest in deep tech startups across the state. Rapido is on track to expand from 400 to 1,000 Indian cities by the year end, even as the startup will now train its sites on rural India, says co-founder Pawan Guntupalli in an ET Now exclusive. And Urban Affairs Minister Manohar Lal Khattar accuses Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin of politicizing the centre's denial of metro rail projects to Coimbatore and Madurai as per the metro rail policy of 2017. First up, it's only been a month since global pizza giant Papa John's re-entered the Indian QSR space, but the company is already firming up expansion. In an exclusive chat with ET Now, PJP Investments Tapan Vaidya says that the company would first look to expand in Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Chennai before launching 650 outlets pan-India over the next 10 years. Earlier today, I got to meet the operator of Papa John's India, who also told me that the company's QSR segment will continue its growth trajectory, while pizza restaurants alone across India could triple in the next 15 years. Here's that slice of our conversation over an equally good slice of pizza.
By understanding that while technically this is a re-entry, we have taken this very seriously, as if we are really entering a whole new market. India is, a dynamic market of such potential that you have to take it seriously. And and earlier what had happened is that those were different times. There were no aggregators back in the day. The market wasn't as tech savvy as the market is now. But I think more than any other element, I don't think the menu that Papa John's had really was the best suited for the market. And yes, there are multiple reasons why the brand may have exited, but I think we have thought long and hard. We've taken almost 2 years to sharpen our saw, so to speak, before coming to Bangalore and open these 4 restaurants.
Absolutely, and like we were discussing just a little while ago, Tapan, it's a rebuilding phase of sorts for you as far as the brand Papa John's in India is concerned. So let's talk about what we have at the table right now in terms of your presence in India. 4 outlets already open in Bengaluru. We're, of course, doing this interview at the very first one that reopened. What's the plan as far as India is concerned, and why do you choose to begin in Bengaluru?
Okay, why Bengaluru? I mean, we all know Bengaluru is the startup capital of India. Bengaluru also is the Silicon Valley of India. I think Bengalurians are a very exciting lot for any brand, simply because they welcome anything that is authentic, anything that's really original, and they appreciate good food. And so it was actually a very easy call for us to decide to start in Bangalore. And I think the Bangaloreans have now, if you look around all our restaurants every day, they've proven this decision indeed was the right one.
Absolutely. And you know what's really interesting, Tapan, is the fact that in your comeback, there have been a host of learnings that you've taken back for yourself. Not in the very least, reorganizing the menu and looking at more local flavors and offerings. In fact, I think you have a ghee roast pizza right there, thin crust, and I have another favorite on my plate as well. What are some of the key learnings that you've taken home for yourself in this comeback? Flavor and taste being a key one, so to speak?
Yes, I mean, I've always said that while the Indian consumer has global aspirations, but their palate is very Indian. And so unless you really cater to that Indian taste, you cannot really make a fist of a good business in India, especially restaurants. And so we spent over a year perfecting our recipes, sourcing the right ingredients to ensure that we have... So the menu is now divided among global favorites, which you will find in most global markets. We also have India-friendly items, which have international taste, but it's very India-friendly. And then we have India-centric menu items, like the ghee roast for Bangalore. And as we go across India, we will have something regional for every metro.
And that's been the biggest learning, has it not? The fact that perhaps in your previous avatar, Papa John's did not go as local as you would have liked to.
Yes, I'm sure that was one of the reasons. And we've definitely seen how Bangaloreans have welcomed the Indian tasting pizzas.
All right. You know, moving forward though, the fact remains that even as you make this comeback, you have these learnings, you're improvising and localizing your menu, so to speak. You go up against two giants when it comes to the QSR pizza space in India. There's of course Domino's, run by Jubilant, and there's a Pizza Hut as well, run by Devyani. But the fact remains that in a duopoly-led market, what is the one big differentiator that you hope can set you apart from the competition? Localization, yes, that's a big learning, but everyone's doing it up. What else do you take home for yourself to say, this is what sets me apart from the competition?
So, you're right. They are two giants, and it is not going to be easy for any brand to come and break that duopoly. What we do best as Papa John's around the world, we have translated exactly that into India. Our brand promise, that of better ingredients, better pizza. So what we've done is we spent, as I said, 2 years sourcing the best quality ingredients from within the Indian market, because having to import doesn't make sense, commercial sense. So we went to the best producers across India. Let's talk about the pizza flour, the best possible. Pizza sauce, there's a story behind our pizza sauce. We use only Californian tomatoes around the world. Now the problem with while they are very juicy, they also are a little bit too sweet for the Indian taste. So we found the best quality Indian tomatoes in Nasik Jalgaon belt on the tangier side, and we created a blend with Californian and Indian tomatoes.
Right.
And that allowed us to achieve perfect balance in taste of the pizza sauce.
Right.
And then the cheese, we worked with our vendor for over a year to perfect this really stretchy, original pure mozzarella cheese. And so every topping you see in Papa John's, it is best in class. And I do not believe Papa John's will fail any blind taste against any brand.
Fair enough. So very quickly then, what's on the menu? If I'm walking to a Papa John's for the first time in this comeback space, what do I order?
I think you should order Super Papas. That's a high global favorite seller. And then there's spicy chicken ranch. That's a very good pizza. On the Indian side, you must try the ghee roast.
Ghee roast pizza. Yes.
Excellent pizza to try. And then there's a special dessert you must not miss. It's called GJ Scrolls.
The gulab jamun scrolls.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yes.
Going more Indian again, like you have been doing, especially in this comeback phase of yours, and rightly so, given that you said how Indian taste buds are no doubt, a key aspect of succeeding in this comeback journey of yours. 650 outlets is what you've planned over the next decade. What does that do to your market share as far as India is concerned? I know it's only the start, And I know there's a long way to go, but where do you go from here with regard to market share as far as India is concerned?
So our strategy is very clear. We have started in Bangalore. We are going to focus on Bangalore. So during 2026, we will continue to build restaurants in Bangalore, become a sizable business where we will have proven our business model. Once that is achieved, then we'll go to the next metro, win that metro, and then the next, and the next. That's how we're going to have 650 over the decade. And then what is that going to do to our market share? I mean, 650 will give us a solid market share in India, but also within our own pie across the Middle East where we operate. India will soon enjoy a larger share of the pie.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
I hear there will be more outlets in India eventually than the presence that you have in Middle East.
Absolutely. I think in year number 4 or 5, we will probably exceed what we have outside of India.
So how many more metros in India are in the pipeline with regard to your expansion plans? Where do you go from here?
Every metro. So obviously we have started in the south. So the plan is to go next to Chennai and Hyderabad. Once that is done, then we'll go up west to Mumbai, Pune and Ahmedabad. And then we'll go up north to Delhi and finally to the east. So that's the plan.
Right. In terms of growth itself, where do you see the Indian QSR market growing from here? And what kind of growth rates do you foresee as far as the overall Indian market is concerned? It's a massive market. Consumption is going up too. Newer geographies are being tapped by all players across the board. What kind of CAGR do you see as far as the Indian QSR space is concerned?
I see that there is still tremendous amount of growth yet to take place. Yes, we have in the branded category, you were talking about roughly 4,000 to 5,000 pizza restaurants already, but I think that will definitely grow in the next 10 years to 15,000 or even more. I think CAGR, we are looking at least 7.5% to 8% over the next year on year. So I think India has a lot to offer, and the Gen Z, and I mean, everyone talks about Gen Z, right? But think of Generation Alpha. What they are going to do, they are going to drive really the next wave of growth for QSR in India.
Absolutely. And while you are here in this comeback journey, while you are going more local with regard to your offerings itself, what do you think will be the one big trend as far as the Indian QSR space is concerned? More local, more global? What's the one enduring trend that you see happening in the market?
Okay, and I'm putting my neck out here, but I am clearly seeing the ranch sauce is the new trend in India. I think consumers have started to love ranch sauce. That is the new trend.
Ranch sauce that to look out for going forward beyond 650 itself. What do you think would be some of the key strengths that Papa John's will play for itself when it comes to further expansion in market share and growth as far as India is concerned?
I think while quality of ingredients will continue to be our strength, what will drive us, propel us forward will be our innovations. Many innovations that we will continue to introduce almost every quarter in India.
All right. And as far as South India is concerned, the QSR market here as solid as ever, given that you've started from here. Do you see this region perhaps outperforming the other geographies insofar as market growth?
I think so. Even if you take a count of pizza restaurants in the triangle between Hyderabad, Bangalore and Chennai versus take the national capital region or the west of India, you will find this is much richer than the rest anywhere else in India. So yes, South will continue to outperform the rest of the regions in India.
Well, there you have it. There's a whole lot more pizza coming South India's way, at least according to the Indian operator of Papa John's Pizza. They're speaking exclusively to ET Now. Right, moving on. Amid all the focus on Bengaluru's push for deep tech, the Karnataka government and the private sector have joined hands to launch a 1,200 crore rupee VC fund to invest in deep tech startups in the state. According to IT and Electronics Minister Priyank Kharge, various VCs in Bengaluru have coughed up a total of 786.4 crore rupees towards the fund, while the government itself has allocated the remainder. For context, the Karnataka government has been pushing for greater investment in sectors like deep tech and semiconductors, not just in Bengaluru, but in 6 clusters outside the state capital as well. At the recently concluded summit, the Karnataka government outlined plans to target 25,000 startups over the next 5 years by way of the recently unveiled Karnataka Startup Policy 2025-2030. Right, staying with more news from the Bengaluru Tech Summit, it almost seems like the city's traffic is a monkey that Bengaluru simply can't get off its back. This time around, it was the turn of Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla, one of the speakers at the summit, who said that his commute to the venue took him 3 times longer than the duration of his entire speech. For good measure and in good humor, Shubhanshu even added that space was far easier than Bengaluru's traffic. Here's what the astronaut said.
I'm coming all the way from the other side of the Bangalore, Marathalli. So I've spent thrice the time that I'm going to be spending on this presentation with you. So you have to look at the commitment that I have. When I was told about this, what we are doing today, I was told that this is the Bangalore Tech Summit.
A long commute there for Shubhanshu Shukla to that summit. Right, keeping in with startups and tech, ride aggregator Rapido has said it is well on track to more than double its market presence from 400 to 1,000 Indian cities by the end of 2025. In an exclusive chat with ET Now along the sidelines of the Bengaluru Tech Summit, co-founder Pavan Guntupalli told me that Rapido was growing profitably and had even broken even on the operations front. And while the startup remains tight-lipped on the timeline for its foray into food delivery, Pavan said the long-term plan is to increase market penetration and create value in this segment. Here's a slice of our conversation.
So first of all, I would like to thank the government of Karnataka for felicitating us with this award, and also really extend my deepest respects for Chief Minister Shri Siddaramaiah Garu and our Honorable IT Minister Shri Priyank Kharge Garu, because I think the startup policy that is being launched right now, we do believe it has immense potential to sort of further make the startup ecosystem that's existing in Bangalore more vibrant. Just 10 years ago, when we started, Rapido was exactly living by the same principles that the policy kind of advocates, talent and inclusion, not just be in tier 1s, but beyond tier 1s, right, beyond Bangalore. Right. Rapido itself started a Bangalore-based startup, started in Bangalore, now extends to almost 15 cities in Bangalore, creating around 8 lakh jobs. And we have more than 5% women, and we have underemployed and unemployed people. Rapido currently is right now the largest gig economy job creator in the entire country. Absolutely, yeah. Yes. So now exactly this is what the startup policy now suggests. So the government proactively trying to encourage such innovations, such disruptions. I do believe that government of Karnataka has taken a great step, and I do believe the founders need to take the entire advantage of the startup policy.
Absolutely, and I'm sure they will, given how comprehensive it is and how much opportunity and incentive it extends for founders outside Bengaluru itself, as far as 6 outside Bengaluru clusters are concerned. But I have to ask you, Pavan, speaking of Rapido itself and moving on to some aspects of the business, you recently announced a game plan to go about getting into the food delivery space as you expand and diversify itself. What kind of timelines are we looking at for the company to get into this venture and this part of the business?
Yeah. So at Rapido, we are always trying to figure out how to create more value to our users. And we keep doing a lot of experiments. As you have seen over the past 10 years, Rapido has, from a core product of bike taxi, we have expanded into autos, right, and that is from our customers' request. From autos, we have now ventured into cabs, and I am glad to say that Rapido is currently the market leader in the entire industry, serving over 5 million customers every single day. Right. And creating almost 30 lakh jobs every single month. So we do keep experimenting like this, and I think the initiative that you're talking about, we are in very early stages.
Right.
So I think as and when we see progress, we'll definitely let you know.
All right. But even as you see progress and it eventually comes about, surely you are going up against two giants in this space, Zomato and Swiggy. Is there a game plan to actually go about beating the competition in food delivery?
I think we at Rapido have always believed that India is very diverse, and with that diverse comes a lot of challenges, and with those challenges comes a lot of opportunities. What we do want to see is how can we focus on creating extra value for increasing the penetration of food delivery within the ecosystem, and we'll keep majorly focusing on that.
All right. You also recently raised 125 crore rupees by way of funding from Nexus Ventures. Where has this funding been deployed thus far as Rapido is concerned?
Yeah. So this is part of our bigger round. One of our core goals this year has been to expand Rapido, which is currently in 400 cities across the country, to 1,000 cities, and we are growing our city expansion at a very healthy momentum. Pretty soon, Rapido will be available in every district of the entire country.
Right, and that's no doubt an ambitious target and one that I'm sure you will achieve going forward. Beyond food delivery itself, what are some of the next focus areas that you're looking at as you head Rapido into the future? Are there other areas that you want to diversify and expand into?
Yeah. So one of the core themes that we have believed at Rapido is creating impact, touching hundreds of millions of lives. A lot of our solutions are aimed towards convenience and affordability. So as our journey keeps progressing, we'll keep coming up with newer forms of transportation, whether it be shared or whether it be something that is more plays a pivotal role in the rural heartlands of our country. So we'll be focusing our solutions over there.
And even as you focus on these solutions and more such solutions, expansion and diversification is on the anvil, when do you hope to raise the next round of funding, and where do you hope to prioritize that funding when it does come about?
So Rapido is currently the largest ride-sharing player in the entire country. We do around 5 million rides every single day, and we are operationally break-even. So we are very well capitalized, and our business is growing at a sustainable as well as operationally profitable momentum. So the rest is more of a timing. We'll figure out these goals as and when we decide.
Well, Rapido, they're all set to focus on rural markets, even as it looks at more forms of transport and transit in its expansion journey. Staying with transit itself, a day after Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin blamed the centre for favouring only BJP-ruled states while approving metro rail projects, Union Urban Development Minister Manohar Lal Khattar has issued a strong rebuttal. Earlier, Stalin had blamed the centre for rejecting proposals to build metro rail projects in Coimbatore and Madurai. However, Khattar pushed back, pointing out that the metro rail policy of 2017 was to ensure that high-value metro projects deliver maximum public benefit. Benefits that the centre did not see in either Coimbatore or Madurai because population numbers in either state, as per the 2011 census, do not meet the 2 million mandate to construct a metro rail in a city. Further, Khattar also pointed out that Chief Minister Stalin had ignored the union's funding last year for Phase 2 of the Chennai Metro Rail, totaling to 63,246 crore rupees, the largest metro rail sanction across the country thus far. So Tamil Nadu versus Centre on metro rail and other infrastructure projects seems to be an enduring tussle and a war of words. Moving ahead to action from the automobile space now, Chennai-based CV major Ashok Leyland is deepening its footprint in West Asia, signing a new distribution partnership with Famco Qatar, which is part of the Al Futtaim Group. The plan for Leyland is to expand its commercial vehicle presence in the country. Under the partnership, Famco will handle sales, service and support for Ashok Leyland's complete portfolio, including its Boss and partner trucks. The Falcon and Oyster buses and its growing lineup of electric vehicles will also be part of the agreement. For Ashok Leyland, Qatar is a key market in the context of global strategy. The partnership will give the company a stronger network on the ground, especially at a time when logistics and infrastructure sectors in the Gulf region are seeing a steady demand. Well, on that note, that's about all the time we have on this edition of South Central. Here's hoping you have a great weekend, while we'll be back next week with more news and updates from the 5 southern states. For the moment, it's goodbye from us.